We often believe influence comes from power, wealth, or position. Yet the truth is that influence is born in quiet moments when no one is watching and someone chooses empathy over indifference. The people we overlook today may be the very ones shaping our tomorrow, and the warmth we offer in someone's darkest hour may one day return as light in our own. Kindness is never wasted, even when it feels unseen, because every act plants a seed in a future we cannot yet imagine. Under the bridge on the coldest night of the winter, beneath a bridge where headlights passed like distant stars and the wind cut through concrete and bone alike, a homeless man named Marcus noticed a teenage boy shivering beside a backpack that looked too small to carry the weight of whatever he was running from. Marcus had only one blanket to protect himself from the freezing air, yet when he saw the boy's red hands and trembling shoulders, he chose to share the only warmth he had, not because he expected gratitude or reward, but because he recognized the familiar look of fear and loneliness in the boy's eyes. He did not ask for a story, nor did he demand an explanation, because sometimes dignity is preserved in silence, and compassion does not require details to act. The morning after, when the sun rose and painted the city in pale light, the boy was gone, leaving behind nothing but a faint memory of whispered thanks, and Marcus returned to his quiet routine beneath the bridge, unaware that his simple gesture had shifted something fragile but powerful inside that young heart. What Marcus did not know was that the warmth of that blanket had done more than shield the boy from frost. It had shielded him from despair, reminding him that even in a city that felt indifferent, someone had chosen to care. Years later, years passed, and that same boy grew into a man who carried the memory of that winter night like a silent compass guiding his choices, pushing him toward education, service, and a relentless belief that no person should feel invisible in their own community. When he stood on a stage as a candidate for mayor speaking about housing, dignity, and second chances, his words were not shaped by political strategy alone but by lived experience and the memory of a blanket shared beneath a bridge. The return on the night he was sworn into office, before the applause had faded and before the cameras were packed away. The newly elected mayor asked his team to find the man who had once protected him from the cold, because gratitude, when genuine, demands action rather than sentiment. When a black car finally pulled up under that familiar bridge and the mayor stepped out into the winter air, Marcus saw not a politician, but the same eyes he had once comforted in the darkness, and in that moment both men understood that destiny is sometimes built from the smallest decisions. The mayor extended his hand and offered Marcus not charity, but opportunity, housing, employment, and a chance to rebuild, proving that kindness does not disappear into the night, but returns multiplied. Final reflection: we move through life believing our smallest actions do not matter, yet history is often shaped not by grand speeches or dramatic gestures, but by quiet moments of humanity when someone chooses to give warmth instead of turning away. Because sometimes the blanket you share today is not just fabric against the cold, but protection for a future leader, a future reformer, a future voice that will one day stand tall and say, "Someone once cared for me, and now I will care for others." And that is the true power of kindness. It travels through time, changing lives long after the moment has passed.